You're walking through the woods. The leaves are cracking underfoot, twigs snapping. You hear an owl hooting nearby. In any other circumstance, this would actually be a fairly pleasant night. After the heat of the day, it cooled down substantially, more than maybe it has in weeks. Feels nice out, but you can't help but feel unsettled. Whether it's that prey drive that's always haunting you or something else, you're not sure. But you swear something is watching you, close. And you don't know where the hell you are. You turn. It doesn't look familiar. You've lost your own tracks. You've lost her tracks. You are just in the woods outside of town, and somebody's near.
Okay, Emily, I think they might be out here. Stay close, and I guess just be ready to dodge or something. But let's just kind of keep our heads low and keep on going for now.
I thought you said that he got grabbed.
Yeah, I don't know what else is in the woods though, but let's keep on going. Let's pick up pace, maybe.
Roll plus charm.
Oh, great. Oh man, another one on the dice. The other one's a 4. That's a 3.
You need to burn some sage.
You might need to burn some luck.
Yay.
You need to get out of this situation.
Yeah, I guess I might as well burn a luck and just draw on those teacher conferences and like the training that they give us to mentor students to like motivate them and keep them calm and cool.
You burn a luck and you get down a little bit more on her level. You essentially reiterate that you're going to stay together and you're going to get through. She is on the cusp of just breaking away and sprinting, but you settle her down. As you do so, you don't see it, and neither does she because it's too dark out, but your eyes change. And you continue. You move quickly now. How are you finding your way? Or are you just picking a random direction and walking?
I try to like lean on some of my familiarity, maybe with the hills or valleys of the area, just try and at least get us to a road as quickly as possible.
You're doing some topographical mapping here. I gotcha. I think we can do plus sharp. It's not necessarily reading a bad situation or investigating a mystery, but plus sharp will work for you.
For the record, I think you also just became red-green colorblind, so take that in stride.
It's gonna get real weird when the sun rises.
I don't have to drive, so at least no stoplight and red lights. Okay, I think the hut must have like super cursed me because I rolled double ones again. That's like the third time.
I think your dice are cursed. I'll tell you what though, you're probably banging up a level up and like one more fail, so that's good.
Yes, that's true. My eyes are probably feeling very dry and like needing water or something too. So it's a 3 total for the sharp.
Oh. Hello everybody and welcome back to Foolhardy Press's production of The Prince of Charming, The Party Makes Things Worse.
Like it's
AKA
scripted.
Monster of the Week. It is. We read all this out. It's all verbatim. So we have just exited the scene with Jim Duggins being introduced to Connor Connors, Thomas Puck, Jessica Fitch, and William Graham. Cut over to Charles Kevinson saving Emily from probably certain death within the witch's cabin, walking out into the woods, getting lost, realizing he's being observed, persuading Emily not to bolt off on her own to stay with him, and then remaining lost. You have no idea where you are. This doesn't seem familiar to you at all. You have no visual on, constellations to guide your way. The cover of the treetop canopy is too thick, and Emily certainly has no idea how to get home from here. You are lost as shit. You couldn't be more lost if you tried.
Sequel to Lost in Space. Lost as shit.
Lost as shit.
You're actually not. You're not in Charming anymore, surprisingly.
Yeah, you're actually in the next town over. No, you are lost and you feel like you're being followed, or at least observed. You've been hearing twigs crack underfoot and the crunch of leaves, but suddenly you hear one from the wrong place. You whip around towards where that sound came from. You see nothing, but you heard it.
Also, to fill you in, Emily, unfortunately, Taylor Finney's, the president, is actually in cahoots with the mayor, too. Mayor got fully flattened by the sheriff's car, though, but he did end up getting to Taylor. So it's a good thing you're alive, and we can hopefully bring the rest of these guys to justice.
Taylor's dead.
What a moment.
Yes, sorry.
Damn, Charles is not a grief counselor. Hey, I know we're in the middle of the woods running from something scary, but I have horrible news.
Yeah. She is dead. Unfortunately, she's a little so like just if you do happen to like see her in your grief or something, just remember to stay away from her because they're doing some like very ominous stuff with like their kind of power plays, and so we just want to keep you guys safe. So just kind of brace yourself for that.
If I see my dead friend, don't go near her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessica is very well alive though, and she's hearty and hale and safe at campus.
Good. Is everybody
Hopefully-
else? And you do hear a twig snap behind you. It sounds like it's getting closer. She
Alright.
turns this time. She hears it.
Emily, are you good at like horseback riding or anything? We might need to just book it.
Yeah, I did dressage.
Okay, hopefully you're kind of braced for the weirdness, but I might need you to jump on my back and let's get away from whatever this thing is.
Okay, what does that have to do with horses? Do you transform into a deer?
Yeah, I like kind of like bend down to like just like as I'm chafing, I'm like just please get on and let's run. We got to get out of here.
This is actually such
And
a
then-
kind gift to give because Emily's like, oh, this is a dream. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
And I shall call it Bottom's dream. She leaps onto your deer back, and you do take off to the woods.
Yeah.
Roll me a plus sharp real quick.
Why?
All right, and at least with the preternatural speed, I do have when you chase, flee, or run, take +1 ongoing. So hopefully
Yeah.
that'll help the rolls a little bit better. Slightly better rolls. That's a 7 at least.
A 7 on the plus sharp. You turn, and your inclination towards who this
Wait,
or
oh.
what this was correct.
And I do have it at +1 for my supernatural senses for investigative mystery.
Okay, so you get up to an 8, which is still, it's going to be the same, but it's good to
Oh,
keep that in
okay.
mind.
Yeah.
You like look back mid transformation, slow motion, as Emily jumps onto your back. You turn, and you do see in cheerleader regalia I would say shockingly bloodied form wielding a large stone in hand that's like jagged and crunched up, staring at you. As you transform and begin to run, you see it rock forward, and you do get out of its way just in time. Roll me plus cool.
Another 8.
You jolt to the side just as this rock is about to swing down at you. You are not used to carrying a passenger on your back. I
First
would
time.
even go so far as to say this is the first time you've ever done so. It's shocking how strong and how fast a deer is. A deer with human sensibilities and thoughts would be monstrous to view, but this human being, also having never ridden a deer before, riding bareback, is not necessarily well equipped to do this quick sidestep motion that you've handled. The rock is coming down. Either you are going to get hit or Emily is going to get hit.
Yeah, definitely taking the full brunt of it if I can. Just like angling her to like doing like a 180 so that she's like swiveled onto the other side of me and I'm in between her and the rock.
Yeah, you whip around at the last second and the rock comes down and catches you. This is superhumanly strong, this strike.
Oh,
A rock like this can do some damage no matter who's wielding it. Typically, a 105-pound sophomore isn't going to do a crazy amount. This rock does 2 harm.
oof, okay. And my supernatural hide at least absorbs 1 of those harm. But that's
So you take 1 harm as your hide takes the brunt, and then you shoot away, and you put enough distance between you and this cheerleader that you believe there's no way you'd be able to keep up. And we cut to Jim Duggins, Jessica Fitch, Thomas Puck, Connor Connors, and William Graham.
We're, I assume, in the van, right?
Yeah, I think we would be heading towards the forest because that's last spot we saw Charles going towards.
Thomas has a normal King James open in his hand, and he's like, there's like 6 different parts that list a bunch of stuff that happens before the apocalypse. I don't know which one to read. He's like, Thessalonians is the one that says the dead will walk the earth, but that's just a long description. The other one says a woman with a great red dragon. I don't which one do I read? And it's
I like
like
that
kind
one.
of frustratedly flipping between different parts of the Bible that describe how bad the end times are going to be. And it's like, none
Death
of
by
it makes
Dragon by
sense.
me.
Just trying to find any correlation and not finding any, because this was me today trying to look up the signs of the
Fair.
apocalypse. And it turns out there's like 5 different times in the Bible that it's like, and there will be a sign, and you're like, is that the same as the other sign? Like trying to keep all them books together that were written like
There's a lot of
200
horns you have to look out for.
Tell you what, Death by a Dragon, that'll make me believe.
Connor, I literally think that you are not. I don't think anything could happen that would make you buy in at this point. Where the hell is Charles? Looking around, I mean, do we see any signs of commotion at all? Is there any sign that there is something dashing through the woods, or is Charles like truly far?
As you get to where you had left him, which was where that trail was, you see about 8 or 9 flashlight beams starting to break through the tree line walking back towards the road. Looking around, you see 3 minivans parked, hazards on along the road, and you know that this is most likely the neighborhood watch that was called in, and they emerge through the tree line. Are you going to approach them? Are you going to hide from them? What's the game plan here?
I'll just wait.
Yeah, as you wave, one of the people runs up, and it is in fact Bev Jameson, the secretary for the school.
They take out a long obsidian crysknife and bury it in your chest. Thomas will just yell out, "Hey there, we were keeping an eye on the school in case anybody came back this way. We had talked to the sheriff. Any luck?" And try to just grace right over and go in.
Yeah, there was we saw some tracks that we were following. We thought we were hot on its trail, but they kind of faded away into nothing. Just suddenly there was no more tracks. It's the weirdest thing. And you know what's even weirder? There was deer tracks following right behind the step. Jim shoots at us. He goes, "Oh, yeah, deer." Oh.
Jim, James, take it down a notch.
They disappeared just the same spot.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be something silly like. Sorry, my brain immediately cut to a sign of this cheerleader riding a deer into the sunset. What a stupid thought. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we were posted up here for a while. You might have run into our friend out there. He was heading the other direction you were. You didn't happen to see him, did you?
No, it was only us out there, as we can tell.
Yeah, well, if anybody spots Mr. Kevinson, he is also out there looking. He left earlier, and so I was just afraid that he was going to catch, I don't know. If one of you is armed, I didn't want him to catch a bullet because he was running out there.
Can we walkie-talkie him? I figured we could probably give him one. Where he would be keeping it, I don't know.
That's such a good question. Now, Spencer, you and Stefan in sort of equal step here need to choose if Charles absorbs all of his belongings into his deer form, or if there is a deer in a jacket in the woods, and that's a choice I don't envy you having to.
Stefan?
I was thinking like the druid stuff, sort of like shapeshifting, everything like melds with me, and then perhaps
It's magic.
Basically, I guess anything left on my antlers is not shapeshifted. So I guess my cap also would have probably still been stuck to my antlers when I was in deer
Great,
form.
so Chopper is running through the woods.
We got Tony Chopper going through.
It's normal.
Yep.
So, anywho, Thomas has done his due diligence to make sure that Charles doesn't get shot. So I guess we'll probably wait here for a little while longer, but, I mean, it's getting late. We're probably gonna have to scoot and boot here in a minute. They're gonna lock up the college anyway. Have you seen Mr. Burns? And I look around and realize I haven't seen Mr. Burns in a while. I look at William. Does Mr. Burns go to a member of the Historical Society?
He says, "No."
Damn it. God, I thought it was Burns. All right.
He probably's just done for the day. Probably went home after sending all the parents back.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, well, we're going to keep looking. We're going down to the opposite end, seeing if she may be doubled back. Going to drive up and down the road a bit, but we're going to have to probably call it for the night soon here and then restart in the morning.
You people are heroes. And he'll sort of walk off towards the van a little bit and give everybody the look of like, oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty clear he disappeared somewhere.
All right. Well, I think there's 2 perfectly logical explanations. Number 1, they got lost and they headed, given where we are now and where those people came from, he headed north towards the Mississippi instead of heading west, which is where we necessarily meant for him to go. Or number 2, it's in a metaphysical cabin in the space between worlds. And who knows what to do about that. I mean, he's in a classic dream cabin scenario, so I guess we wait? Let's see, check that radio. I can't believe I completely forgot about that, Jess. Does somebody have that? Is that in the van?
Yeah, I got the radio.
Give him a call.
Yep. Oh.
I gotta know what happens. I have to know what happens. This is the most important moment of the campaign. From Charles' stomach, you hear, "Hello?" Just
Connor Charles, can you read me?
Charles' mouth opens. Then
Charles' mouth opens, and as it does so, the sound goes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
He goes back up.
You hear, I guess, like a deer just going, "Gah!"
Jim is just like, what is
Yeah,
that thing?
that's
What?
All right. When for you're good to if you're not good.
Thomas?
I was hoping for one.
Thomas will grab his flashlight, click it on, and then just put it on the ground, going right up into the air. It's like a fairly bright thing, and then he'll say, Connor, go turn the lights on in the van. Tell him to run towards lights. I got my flashlight up towards the sky. Should be bright enough for him to see something. And warn him that we've got people, because he probably looks like some kind of weird deer amorphous thing right now.
Yeah, I relay that info and say, yeah, lights are going on. Same thing. What? For yes, 2 for do you see the lights?
And I'll just reach through the window of Connor's car and just click the high beams.
Yeah.
Hopefully Charles will be just drawn to them using his deer instincts.
Yeah.
He freezes.
With my human eyes as a deer now, too, right?
Roll plus sharp.
Well, the dice are much happier now, at least 2. That's a 12
twos.
sharp.
The light of the flashlight, you think you make out above the trees. You're on top of this small hill, and you think you see it, and then you see the flashing high beams, and you know that you are on path. It'll be about 15 minutes of a trot to get there, but, you know, in deer form, it's not too bad.
With as much haste as possible without also throwing off the passenger to just try to, like, go that way. And anytime I hear a snap of a twig or something, I might try to just do little zigzags while I'm heading that way, too.
You don't hear anything. You don't have to roll for it. You are in deer speed. You're pretty sure you made it past this cheerleader. You get down through the woods fairly quickly. Thomas, you stop flashing the lights and turn off the flashlight as another one bleat comes through from Charles over the radio. So he is okay. He knows. And you get within like 100 yards of the crew here, and you've been warned that there are people around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you transform back into a human man?
Yeah, I sort of like, I guess, in like the shelter of one of the bushes, I guess I pull up beside one of the trees, kind of crouch down so Emily can step off and get her bearings, and sort of like skitter forward and turn back into a human.
If Emily lives, she will never say.
She's alive though.
Can you
For now.
take me to someone?
Yeah, I finally saw their lights. Looks like they're that way, and they've got a search party too.
I mean, like,
Psychiatrist.
you know, this is a lot, is what I mean.
Yeah, I just got hit with a really tough stone too. It was healing and resting is a good idea. Hopefully Jessica might be able to help you out too. She's got some connections. So let's head this way, and we're almost to the edge of the forest and the road in safety.
All right. And you, after transforming, step out, and everybody, you see your ally, Charles Kevinson, in human form, along with Emily, alive and well. A little beat up. You know,
My
she's
eyes
seen better days.
reflecting in the light.
Yeah.
Seems to have been a total success. As I look and see his eyes reflect, and I turn my flashlight off. And I go, that's great news. I'm glad you all were all right. What happened to make you get so lost? Because Thomas doesn't know that she knows about everything.
Are you all dear? Are you all dear
I
people?
see. Nope.
They're very dear to me. They've been good comrades.
No!
He means it's in
more
friendly.
dear,
He means
please.
it's in friendly. Perfectly normal. Thomas takes off his like hiker's hat and is like, "We're good to go." Were you being pursued? You're all sweated to hell.
Yeah, the walking corpse probably could join our softball team. It's got a very mean throw, and ouch. my hip is a little disjointed.
It is bruised
Yeah.
when you look at your human form.
Even for me, today is getting weird. I look over at everybody and go, I think we should probably all get in the van and go.
Yeah, it seemed pretty dead set on trying to go after Emily. I think I'm not sure about the. Or wait, have the other searchers gone home, or are they still out in the woods?
No, they've all gone home. They said that
Okay.
they're.
All right.
I'm going to
Got it.
clarify. They said we're going to search that way for a little while, and then we're going to
Oh.
call it quits soon.
Thomas
Okay.
tears a page out of his notebook and writes on it and says, "Found her! Great news!" Exclamation point, and goes and sticks it under the windshield wiper of one of the vans.
Should we get them back out of the woods too, away from the sharp stone hurling creature?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Maybe honk that horn or something.
Connor, does your van have a like
A loud
sound
horn?
system? Does it have like the speakers on the outside? Like a
No.
no?
Oh,
It's supposed to be very not noisy.
I'll look at Charles and I'll go, "Do you have a megaphone in the utility in the sports shed?"
oh yeah, we should have one there. I will go grab that then. Be back soon. So I run across.
No.
this way.
I say, "You all stay together." And Thomas turns and runs with Charles. No one's going anywhere alone forever. We're not. After we're done with this
Yeah.
adventure, we're still using the buddy system. As I run with him.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, so we look at Jim Duggins here. Jim, he's not a deer. Right now in front of you, he's not a deer. There have been references made to deer. She asked if you all are
Antlers.
deer people. You have not seen the deerman. What are you doing?
Jim's just going up to like just trying to get answers. So I don't think he can process at this point who Charles is and who he's been ate his flowers. He's just full
Bigger
just
fish.
taking so much going on, and just also grabs him. Not as aggressively, just like, what is going on here? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, a living corpse? Are you talking about my ex-wife?
Thomas
Ah, no.
reaches over and plucks Charles' keys out of his pocket and go, "You two have this little chat," and jogs down the hill.
What do we need to fight all this?
Uh,
I have
Something
things.
that
I
can-
have things in my shed. I can go get them right now.
anything to end the or prevent the rapture or something? That seems like what they've been mostly focused on, and it seems to involve a lot of sacrifices.
Jim's eyes glisten. Anything to end all this. All these things are true. And he books it. Jim feels like for the first time he was 20 years old, running from the gunfire, and is on a sprint to go get who knows from his shed.
Thomas, you are jogging through the woods. You've been jogging for a couple minutes, and then you hear, "Oh, are you getting
Are we
the car?"
that far from Charles' shed?
It's like a 7 or 8 minute jog there.
Oh,
It's not
I
like it's right across the
totally missed.
street.
I thought we were in the parking lot right next to all the sports
Mm-mm.
fields and stuff.
No, this was off down the road towards where you had the confrontation with the president of the college. So it's like 7 minutes, 8 minutes away.
Then I think Thomas is running through the woods and has been running for like 3 or 4 minutes and is like getting a little sweaty. He's wearing hiking boots, so like there's a
a little rough.
thunk terrible.
Oh.
And then he's like, "All right, and turns and he is by himself and he goes, "Oh, oh no."
And you hear approaching from behind you. And you see breaking through the tree line, Jim Duggins, a mad glint in his eye, sprinting past you.
Damn. All right, Jim Duggins.
I'm gonna ask Emily during this time, like, are you okay? Do you need like a hospital? Like, I'm gonna check her over. I want to see if she's okay.
You're going to roll me 2 things here. When you ask her about how she's doing, you're going to do a plus charm. But doing a check on her, you're going to roll plus sharp. And it's going to be probably investigate a mystery for the plus sharp.
Okay, I rolled a 6 and then I rolled a 10. So hold on, let me look. I think I'm
Oh,
plus. Oh, I'm
Charm.
-1 charm.
So 5.
So 5. And plus 0 sharp, so 10.
She says, "Oh, you know me. I'm okay. I think I need to get home, but otherwise and you see she is physically okay."
I think I'm gonna read her mind.
On your investigate a mystery, you got a 10, so you can ask 2 questions. I'm just gonna say you can ask 2 general questions that don't need to be from that list about how she's looking, how she's acting, anything like that. So whatever 2 you want to ask.
it's weird that she would say that she's okay. Like that's like you're not okay. So I would probably, I don't know specifically what to ask. I want to know what's going on in her brain, basically.
She looks frazzled, but deeper than that, and this is basically all you're gonna get from here. Deeper than that, she seems wild-eyed, like she made it. She's out. And I think that is conflicting in her and making things seem strange. And that's the vibe you're getting, is that she seems like strangely elated. And then you go to read her mind. So you're gonna have to roll that.
I rolled a 12.
Let's go.
Nice.
I think what I'll do then is there's one very obvious question for investigate a mystery, which is what is being concealed here. Prying in deeper on this, that's what you're going to get, is that. You reach into her mind. She is happy to be out of the woods and wants to go home. But even deeper than that, again, you're just probing deeper and deeper and deeper, almost subconsciously. It's not that she's happy to be out of the woods. She's happy to be out of there, out of the woods, out of the cabin. She's happy to be out of something that in her mind sounds like she's been trapped there for a long time. She was only there for a couple hours, maybe. She sounds happy.
It's the witch.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. This is Spencer, and it's actually my first time ever doing an ad read like this, so please bear with me. I promise we're going to get out of this within the next minute or so. That's not always going to be true, because one day we're probably going to have a lot of sponsors, fingers crossed. Until then, though, just bear with me. If you are a business owner out there looking to get a bit of content sponsored on this podcast, please go ahead and hit us up at foolhardypress@gmail.com for all business inquiries. For everybody else, 1, thank you so much for listening. 2, if you're enjoying the show, please rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave a review, and then share it with friends, family, enemies, whoever. Also, if you're really enjoying the content, please subscribe to our Patreon. We have some extra content in the background, we've got behind the scenes, and we do shoutouts on our YouTube channel for all of our patrons. And all that comes for only $5 a month. So again, if you're enjoying the show, please go ahead and give us a follow on Patreon. Last, if you want more content from us, check out our YouTube channel where we live stream and create videos about the history of TTRPGs and tips for playing in your very own games. Thanks again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Jim Duggins, you've made it to the shed first. This is a small utility shed. It is some rundown wood, sort of stapled and nailed together, that you've put a nice fresh coat of paint on. It's been worn down. You put another coat of paint on. It's a little bedraggled, but nevertheless, it is the place that you call home while you're at work. Well, is it a place you call home?
Mhm.
It is the place you call home.
Did we look down and see a mattress on the floor?
You unlock the door, swing it open. What's it look like?
Sally, let's talk about the first thing you actually do. So, actually, there seems to be like a little door. That little door might seem like a little basement or a little trap door. Actually, if you look that up, you'll actually find it's a nice little makeshift foxhole that actually is pretty roomy, and that is his new bed that he has to sleep in. One of the most comfortable foxholes you've ever seen in your life.
Just a fully furnished
Furnished
trench.
grave.
In New York City, be like $2,000 a month. Am I right, boys?
Oh, he's a vampire. Got it.
Oh my God! It's fucking Strahd.
Strahd's curse is actually just PTSD.
So line out there outside the bed, everything somewhat organized, pool table, everything it needs to do, drawings of the entire campus layout, his intentions, former plans, all the different plants that he's labeled out. You also notice, if you pay attention, where anything that has been soiled, his creations, especially his purple flowers, that he has written scribbled notes. On the board, you see just like a little pegboard system of just red lines connected to all these different conspiracy theories about the Deer Man, everything that's been going on here. all connected, all these little scribbles of Sharpie in red and black, why, where, when, who, what, even a photo of what he thinks might be actually the Deer Man. It's actually just a bunch of frat boys playing on Halloween night back in '87.
They just have some stag horns on.
Just yeah.
Coming off a slice of your armory, your stash of items and weapons, because I know they're in there.
Yep.
I know you got some stuff in
So
there.
that's exactly what he's going back for. So he's actually kind of superstitious, and to the point where he has an old 1897 trench gun, but not only does he have a couple buckshots for this,
Just in case,
man
for the
deer,
Deerman.
for the Deerman or president.
Trench guns, which if memory serves,
Trench
are
guns.
in violation of the Geneva Convention
Geneva
to
Code.
own.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are. His grand prize, of course, is hidden behind a special case. He's got a couple little Smith & Wesson revolvers. Each of these, though, especially the trench gun, you actually notice, are also lined with salt. He thinks this is going to help out with all the spooky stuff. Yes.
Salt rim.
Salt
Absolutely.
rim shots, but also some buckshots he has lined up. A bunch of different knives that he's either probably collected from the whatever war you can guess he's in. Whether they were American.
We'll never
or-
tell.
You'll never tell. You can't tell if it's dirt on them or blood stained and or from what. Pistols and M1 Garand hidden in his little prized possession he calls Betsy.
You grab enough knives for the party, which will be great news for Jessica, who's been using just a kitchen knife up until this point to get an actual combat knife, K-bar of some sort,
Yeah.
and you bundle them up and tuck them into a bag. Are you grabbing the guns as well?
So with the ammunition, he grabs the shotgun, he grabs the M1. That's the only thing he has actual ammunition for.
Gotcha.
The rest
So you
he's
grab the
pretty much
trench
used.
gun.
They're
and the
limited. You know, he also discussed memorabilia. The specific knife he actually gives to Jessica is he's like, "You, little lady, you need extra protection." He gives her a serrated bayonet knife
Just-
that you can also use
Crazy.
as for sawing off branches and
Hey, there
such,
you go.
or bones.
Just in case. Or antlers. Am I right?
Or yeah, he gives the trench gun right down to Thomas Puck.
So this is going to be happening after you've reconvened. You hand out those weapons. You jump
After
forward
everything.
after all that. You keep the grand for yourself.
Yep.
Nice.
Betsy's been serving me since the very day I've gotten her when I was a sergeant in the war. She's been by my side after I lost everybody and everything. And he starts, just puffing and heaving, and his blood pressure's up high.
You need some medicine.
he goes into his extra cabinet. He goes right into his little coffin bed. Got some pills, crunching them up, putting them into his little canteen.
As directed.
As- he don't know what he's drinking or what he's putting in just to calm his nerves. Cigarettes will give our position out too much. I know. I've been there.
This is the craziest character we've ever had on the network.
We jump to Thomas Puck. Jim Duggins. You run past his shed and you hear like clang, clang, clang as he's grabbing weaponry and arming himself. You run past.
Thomas gets a
you
headache
have-
and is like, I feel like I'm missing something nuts as he runs through the woods as fast as he can. He's just trying to get to the shed, unlock it, grab a megaphone, and immediately start being like, "We found her!" like yelling, because he has not been privy to any of the strangeness. And so he's just trying to keep these people from running into a dead cheerleader wielding a rock in the woods.
Yeah. You quickly unlock and grab the megaphone and you step out and begin calling out saying, we found her. Roll. I don't think it's charm. You're not really charming anybody. It's more you're trying to get this across a big space. And so I'm going to say sharp.
Sure.
You're trying to find a good location.
Anytime I get to roll sharp, I'm happy about it.
Calling it from here in the bottom of the field, like down the hill, probably isn't going to work great. But going up to the top, finding the right spot, you might be able to get it out.
I think I might know exactly what happens. I just rolled Snake Eyes. Stefan, your curses move to me. Thomas goes.
Oh no.
Thomas clicks it and starts yelling and opens the back, and there's no batteries.
Oh.
You can't leave them in. That drains them.
Unless you had some other idea. That's what I think. I
No,
think
no.
Thomas grabs it and runs like a mile uphill to get to a good spot, and whoo, click. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. And opens the back of it, and it doesn't even take the same as his flashlight. Like, his flashlight takes big D-cell batteries, and so he's like, come on! I think Thomas just cups his hands over his... I think at this point he's like,
Just
I give
calling.
up. Also, it's Snake Eyes. There's got to not be batteries in the thing. And he just
You-
starts yelling, like, we found her, you can come on back now.
You start hearing that, Connor and Charles and Jessica, you hear Thomas yelling that, getting closer. Clearly something happened with the megaphone, but he's yelling it out. So you guys can join in, you can do something else, that's up to you, but you do hear Thomas yelling.
I guess I will help out by like echoing what he says from our angle so that and I'll be like, yeah, spread the word for the search crew, bring everyone back in. And can I use that as a help out action?
Yeah, you can do. You can roll your own action because Thomas already rolled his call out.
I would need everybody to roll and succeed, and then one more person to get that Snake Eyes to a win.
And Emily joins in.
All right. I'll be like, this is Charles. I got back from running through there. Emily's back in good hands and out of the woods. Was that sharp for this one, or?
That is
Sharper the megaphone in your hand.
Sharper the megaphone in your hand makes sense. I think this is just charm. You're just trying to get these people to listen while tramping through the woods.
All right, so it's a 6 + 2 - 2 for a total of 6. So I think I'm probably like maybe still a little bit winded from all that running.
Yeah, you start calling out, but you don't know exactly where they went. You don't know how far they've gotten. They've been going for a little while, so it's lost on you. Thomas, you arrive back to hear Charles also calling out, saying that she's been found. Jim, just a minute after, you also run up. So, Thomas, what are you saying as you approach?
Thomas just approaches and goes, wasn't any batteries in the megaphone. And he's kind of winded a little bit and goes, so I couldn't really get a hold of anybody. I'm just afraid they're going to run afoul of whatever necrotic cheerleader you yourselves encountered. To be perfectly frank, I thought I was going to. I thought one of you would come with me. When I realized I was by myself, it kind of got the itchies a little bit. Thought something was going to go wrong. I look over at Jim and I go, is that a shotgun?
Yes.
Oh, all right, that's great. I looked at everybody else with wide and wild eyes as I realized that Jim has this like 10 gauge ridiculous illegal shotgun, and Thomas is like, no, that's great. Okay.
I just looked the other way.
I think we should maybe, I mean, we can keep yelling for a little while. I'm trying to break a balance here, folks. I would love to try to get a hold of those people's attention to keep them safe, but we are beholden to a number of masters right now, and things are strange. I take it. Does Jessica look at all disturbed, given what the strange insight into Emily you got? I'm just curious.
I'm giving Thomas the eye. I'm like, something right here. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the sight to see, like, if I see something weird.
And I think along with that, we make eye contact and then both use our various magic. I will use sensitive to open myself to the psychic environment, trying to get a read on what's got her spooked.
I'm going to say the order goes Thomas first and then Jessica. Thomas, open your mind.
This feels safe to do.
This environment isn't wrought with terrible circumstance.
8, mixed success, hazy impression about something important.
You open your mind to the environment and you get the vibrations of the forest, which have an overlay of quiet calm, but a crazily dark underbelly of prey and hunter. That's always the sense you get in spaces like this. And you focus in on the nearby surrounding. You get the sense from Charles, that natural prey state. You get that washing over you. Jim is a thing that you've never connected with before. It is deeply unsettling, the vibe that Jim gives off, but you pull away from that and you get to Jessica. You quickly gloss over that because you don't like to connect to her mental state very often. And as you drift over to Emily, it is as if you didn't drift past Jessica at all. The vibrations that Jessica gives off are almost identical with Emily.
I want to briefly return, so I note that, and then sort of sliding my awareness back to Jessica. Is Jessica's mind kind of quiet right now? Am I not getting that second weirdness?
You are getting the second weirdness. It's not gone.
Gotcha.
But maybe it's just not paying attention. Maybe it's weak right now. It seems a little weak.
What is the current arrangement of bodies on stage? Where is William Graham in relation to Emily?
William Graham is in the van. So he's sitting there. Emily's still sitting out next to Charles and Connor.
Thomas slowly pivots his way around, kind of go, I just wish we could do something, and just moves his way around and just lean up against the back doors and shoot Jessica a look and then look at Emily. And he doesn't know what to do at all. He's like, this situation could get very strange very quickly. He remembered that Jessica tried to had that outside influence of wanting to kill William, which he thinks is a bad idea. I'm terrible at charm, but none of us are good.
With you angling over there, we will jump to Jessica to see her weird roll.
I rolled a 9 + 2, and I am using the sight, which is, you can see in the invisible, especially spirits, and magical influences, the same thing I did with William Graham.
You look at Emily, half expecting to see like a dark entity around her in the way that you saw Will, and instead you are looking at Emily. She doesn't seem like she's influenced. She doesn't seem like she's being embodied by anything. But as you look into her eyes, you see a presence that you've seen looking into a mirror before. You're staring back into these eyes that you've stared at many, many times in quiet reflection, after a shower, putting makeup on. Sometimes you'll catch that out of the corner of your eye looking. It's like the eyes linger for a second, and you see that exact same thing in Emily.
Okay. I pull Thomas aside. So, what'd you get? Anything?
Does it seem like, I'm gonna try to keep it quick because this is not the most. I'm afraid that maybe by talking to you, I am also talking to her to some degree, Jess, but it seems like
I think you might be right.
a touch of whatever is in you is in her, and I'm beginning to think if she can split it up into enough people, she won't be where she was. I'm wondering if when the church was burnt down in 1881, if somebody didn't survive, find a way to lock her up. And I'm gonna say to you just once, because there might be a woman living in your head, and I'll just make eye contact with Jessica and I'll go, that killing Williams, a dog shit idea that will almost certainly play into their hands.
And as you say that, through the CB inside of Connor's van goes off, and you hear,
This is Sheriff Joe Woodard calling out to Connors. Connor, are you there? Connor, are you there?
Hey, Sheriff, you got Connors.
Doozy of a problem at the hospital. I think I need all hands on deck. I don't have anyone else to call, but I've gotten several calls from them. Something's going on. I think people are getting killed.
All right.
Look
Just
at
come
Jim and
along.
go, I'm incredibly glad you are here. And then I'll open the back doors and scramble in next to William Graham.
and with that, we are going to end tonight's session.